So I'm very excited about a number of different, studies in Waldenstrom's this year. I think one of the most important ones is pirtobrutinib. Pirtobrutinib is a non-covalent BTK inhibitor, and Dr. Palomba from Sloan Kettering is presenting these data. 78 patients previously treated with pirtobrutinib. A lot of these patients were previously exposed to covalent BTK inhibitors, and we are seeing an efficacy on non-covalent BTK inhibitors, not only the induction of responses, but also the durability of those responses over time. So I think this is probably one of the most exciting agents that are coming out this year at ASH. We do have, from our group, a series of genomic studies. We have been able to run a study of approximately 300 patients with Waldenstrom's previously untreated, and they were looked at multiomics approach. And we have actually been able to divide patients from the multiomic perspective in 3 different groups. Patients with Waldenstrom's who have a profile similar to B cells, Waldenstrom's patients who have a profile similar to plasma cells, and then a third group that actually has no B cell and no plasma cell profile, which is a very innovative way of looking at the disease. And we have been able to correlate some clinical findings as well as responses to treatment based on this different profiles. So I think this is a very exciting finding, and really will help build on top of it to understand the biology of Waldenstrom's, so we can target Waldenstrom's more appropriately. And the other one is an abstract that I'm going to be presenting on Saturday, which is Ibrutinib in combination with Venetoclax in patients with Waldenstrom's. High efficacy of the combination, which had previously been seen in CLL and mantle cell lymphoma. So not surprisingly, we see an efficacy in Waldenstrom's as well. We saw a little bit higher rate than expected of ventricular arrhythmias that prompted stopping the treatments a little early, but the concurrent blockade of BTK and BCL2, I think is a strategy of value for the future, and I think this is something we could investigate in clinical trials.